everyone. It is your favorite CEO, Miss Flo, back again, back to back at BlerdCon, and
Back to
welcome to
back. She never
another
stops.
exactly. Welcome to another episode of Neon Mike, where the conversation just glows. I'm here with a very talented author of some amazing comic books that you're about to check out now. We have CJ from Ray Media. Thank you so much for
What's up,
coming
y'all?
on to this live.
My pleasure. My pleasure. What's up, everybody? This is TJ Sterling. I'm the CEO, creative director, writer, and artist at Ray Media. I've got a bunch of great books. I'm here at BlerdCon 2025, one of my absolute favorite shows. And shout out to Demetrius, the good folks over at Blerd Station. Love your guys' channel. Love what you're doing, and thank you for having me on.
All right, and again, I'm so happy that you are here. I had some of my students actually stop by your booth, and they saw your work, and I was just like, okay, if I get y'all this book, y'all gonna write a review, because like I'm not just giving this for free.
You gave him a
Y'all,
book report, huh?
yes, exactly. And
Love
and just to encourage literacy writing, things
Yes.
like that. And I've always said like comic books can be taken as seriously as like a Shakespeare or whatever that's on that
Yes.
the school reading list, and it should be incorporated that because it's like, well, one, I'm gonna let you go ahead and speak about your work. You have 3 comic books here,
Yes.
and just like start with the first one. Like this is
Yes.
yeah,
This
let's
is
start there.
Alchemist. So I was going to say, I feel like the medium of comics itself is continuing to evolve, specifically with Black comics. I mean, within the last 10 years, there's been an explosion of creativity with all the people that come to this show and have been historically making comic books about, characters that look like us. So to me, it's just as important as Shakespeare, if not even more important, because it's current. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
what you're doing is absolutely amazing, and thank you for having us on. This is one of my flagship title, actually. So this launched 10 years ago. It's called Alchemist. It's a sci-fi martial art action tale where the main character is a regular kid, regular high college student, but he discovers he has a latent superhuman power trapped in his DNA. And 5 kind of like Super Sentai Power Ranger type warriors come from the future to steal that power and harvest it to fix their broken future. If you guys like Power Rangers, Spawn, Hulk, anything from the 90s, you're going to love this book. I'm the writer and artist on this book, so it is kind of special to me. And this is our very first book. And then we do follow up with that with a prequel story, Alchemist Dark History, which explains the backstory behind the entire universe of Alchemist, which is really, really cool. So, yeah, hope you guys get a chance to come by our booth and check it out.
And the art looks absolutely
Thank you.
stunning. And it's
Thank
like the artist like, well, how did you become an artist? Like, what made you want to write comic books?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's probably trying to think how to put it. I think it's probably just God given, honestly. Like, for me, I've always loved drawing. I always loved art, even since I was little. Like, my mom will pull out sketches I was doing, like Looney Tunes and He-Man and G.I. Joe in the 80s. So for me, like, art was always like the coolest form of expression. And for me, like, I just think certain people are just inclined. Everybody in this space grew up loving nerd and anime and like art culture. And I just think it's kind of in your DNA,
Right. And how did that even like flourish? Like, did you go to school? Did you go to school for art, or did you just like, nah, I got it, and just like keep going and going?
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I went 2 routes. I mean, I did the traditional route of like taking classes throughout all high school and then all college. I got a Bachelor of Fine Arts in illustration and painting. So I learned the fundamentals, which I do suggest anybody who wants to learn the craft of art to make sure that you do some type of institutional art program or some even online classes, because you need to understand the fundamentals of like things like perspective and color theory. You also need to understand sentence structure and writing and grammar. All that's taught in college and high school. So now a lot of this you can learn on YouTube University.
Right.
So it's kind of like, okay, if you really want to teach yourself, you can do that too. And there's very few schools that teach comic books, with the exception of Joe Kubert's school. I'm also a teacher there, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, so like if anybody wants to take one of my classes, I do teach classes on comics and how to make your own. But yeah, like the practice of making comic books and drawing is something that takes refinement and over the years, and it starts out very, very rough, but then eventually gets better over time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then I hope that your students had a chance to read your work as well. Like I do
Yes.
this, I do it well. You see, I have product.
I assign my own coursework, my own books for coursework.
It's in the syllabus. It's like you're mandated to go get this,
Yes.
read it. It's like I'm a book report on
Book
it.
report.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
All right, and then you have this other issue here.
Yes.
That looks pretty cool.
So this is Shattered Visions. It's our first time writing an anti-hero villain type character, where the main character is trying to fight a bigger villain, actually, the corrupt government in this country. If you guys are fans of Judge Dredd, Demolition Man, Fifth Element, you're going to like this a lot. It's a 100-page book, cyberpunk type of vibes. Yeah, this is available at our table, A16 here at BlerdCon. It's also available on my website, raecomics.com.
Oh wow! And first of all, I just love like how you made the dreads, like
metal
cybernetic.
pieces. Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool, and it just shows the importance of incorporating representation
That's
and
right.
just to like show us in the future and things like that. And then like first of all, I love Fifth Element.
Yes.
Like that's one of like my favorite movies that got a cult following after its release, but it's just like it's so dope, and just seeing like Chris Tucker.
Yes.
Just be in that role in the element.
Could you even imagine Prince in that role?
Oh my god, that's right. He was supposed to.
He was offered that role. Yeah.
But I mean, you know, that is just like so awesome.
Yes.
And then of course, like you're here, you're downstairs, you're selling your book, you're he's autographing.
Yes.
So like
signing everything.
And then how's it been so far? This is day 2.
Yeah, day 1 was crazy. It was super tiring, to be honest. Day 1 felt like day 2.
Really?
Yeah, it's probably one of the busiest BlerdCons I've ever been to. I was thinking the cold weather was going to affect everything, but people seem to like the cold. They're outside, they're having a good time. So, yeah.
Yeah, people are out here in droves. I thought, like, usually Friday is like the slow day, right? It's like some people come in if you don't, want to be, with the huge crowd on Saturday, but you could still. That's why I shopped yesterday a little bit, because like I know it's going to be insane today. But like, the good news is like people are coming into your booth, they're supporting, they see what you are going for and like how impactful this can be. What are your future plans? Like, are like this? You said this is the prequel. This is the main series. Also, real quick, is this connected to these two, or is
so
this
Shatter is completely separate? And I do apologize, guys. I was rushing to get here on time.
Yeah, he's very punctual, very professional.
So I forgot to bring Joystick Angels, our all-ages space opera. If you guys like Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Wars, with black folks in it, in space, kids, you're gonna like that book. That's at our table too. But yeah, right now we're just working on, finishing up a few books in terms of writing and art. We're also pitching animated series, and we're also pitching for movies. So we're just doing the things, and all that costs a lot of money though. Yeah. And it actually, we need fans for that. We need more people behind us. So please check us out. It's raecomics.com.
Yeah, and then like that'd be cool to see this as an animated series.
Yes, indeed.
Like I could just like see it like in my head. Have you talked to Blerd Station and possibly being on there?
Yeah, so I've talked to the head honcho about it, and he's got a lot of looks, so we're going to be talking more for sure.
Well, fingers crossed that happens, because it's like we do want to see more of us in the space, because like one, your art is absolutely outstanding.
Thank you.
And like I said, like the impact of representation, I just picture like my students reading it, seeing people that look like them, because they do have dreads. Yes. You know what I mean? They do have dark skin, light skin. Some of them wish to go into the STEM field, and some wish to go into the arts. So you being here and then having a chance to meet them is like that in itself makes a world a difference. Yeah. And then on top of that, you're making like several different universes.
Yes.
Like universes. Like
lots of universes.
Like that's insane, while still trying to produce a movie and anime series. Like, who would you have as the voice actors?
That's a good question. I'd have to throw myself in there. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've always wanted to work with Michael B. Jordan on something, whether he was voicing or acting. I'd love to work with him. Idris Elba. I want to throw some goats in there. Denzel. He needs to do anything on any of this stuff. But, some of the new kids, like I feel like anybody from, what is it called? The show with Anthony Anderson and
you talking about Blackish?
Yes, any of the show, any of the cast in Blackish, I want on these books.
Oh, for sure. And we're just gonna speak it into the universe.
Yes.
I feel like Michael B. Jordan, he is a Blerd himself.
Yes.
And he would definitely gravitate to something like this.
Yeah.
And just what, and like if you speak it into the universe, it will come to you.
That's right.
So it's like I'm really hoping that they see it and be like, let me check this out. Let me see what's happening over here. And so, what are your expectations for the rest? Like, you're here for all 3 days. So
yeah, I mean, expectations is really just to continue to build with everybody that comes here. I mean, for me, I love connecting with people. I love meeting kids and you know, that are interested in comics. And so I get to see my younger self in them, and then I get to give them these new books and these ideas and stories, because comics are the gateway to everything. They're the gateway to games, animation, movies. Like, it all starts. Like, even when you think about a movie, it's a script and then it's a storyboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what we do here. So it's literally the same thing. So it's such a powerful medium. And really, just, again, I love being here. I want to be in the moment, want to be present. And yeah, so that's it.
All right. So what advice do you have for a young artist or a writer that wants to make their own comic book?
First of all, you got to believe in yourself that you can do anything, but you don't want to let ego drive your progress. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only way to eliminate ego is to replace it with confidence. And confidence comes from consistency. When you're consistent at something, whether it's drawing every day, writing every day, building a business like the one we're doing here, it requires consistency. So Demetrius would tell you, he's a consistent dude. He builds his entire life around consistency.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that with comics and the things that you're doing, you're going to produce excellence. And that's what's going to stand out and make you successful.
You know, that's such a beautiful sentiment. And thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I don't want to take you, too out of the way for the booth, because, like, people were coming by, and I want to make sure that, they get their photo ops, they get their books, Appreciate that. You sign it. Thank you for taking the time to come up here and being a part of the Blerd Station Live, being on my show, and pleasure. See how you guys glowed from that conversation. I mean, also plug your social really quick.
Yes.
Because I would make sure you follow.
Absolutely. Super easy to find me, guys. raecomics.com, at raecomics for Instagram, and I'm pretty sure all the other handles, but that's where you can find me right now.
I'm sorry. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you stay tuned to the live. And if you are here at BlerdCon, make your way down to the vendors booth that's on the Independence Hall.
Yes.
And
table A16.
Are there numbers? I didn't see numbers.
Yeah. It's hard to tell, right?
Yeah, I just trust your instincts. He's wearing a bright red shirt.
Yeah, I'm about a bright.
So it's
I'm a bright man wearing a bright red shirt.
So just come on by, explore, and support our local vendors. Well, are you local?
So I used to be local, but I'm in Los Angeles now.
Oh wow! So you came all the way from the West Coast here?
Yes, I come from the West Coast here every year for y'all.
Oh wow! Well, thank you so much for your commitment. I appreciate that.
Of course.
And see how you guys go from that conversation. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. All right.
Deuces.
Bye.